Hello, boys and girls. Dustin here, the Unlucky Wolf 13, here with a special thingy here because I was asked a question. Now, many of you know I am a horror movie aficionado. I like scary movies, love horror movies. I especially like creature features, monsters, werewolves, zombies, other things like that. Well, one of my friends recently asked me, is it possible for there to be an actual zombie apocalypse? Now, here's the fun and interesting part. How do we define zombie? Which I'll get into that a little bit later, but mainly when you think zombie, you mainly think of two different types. One, you've got rage virus zombie, where they're fast, but they still run after you, kill you. Bite is infectious and will turn you into a zombie. And then you have the classic Romero zombie, which is, of course, from Night of the Living Dead, which is shambling, slow-moving corpse, which bites you, turns you into a zombie, and wants to eat your brains. Same thing. So, is there an actual thing that can reanimate a dead person and cause them to want to do this? No. There's not really anything that we know of right now that can animate a dead tissue, make it where it will bring something back from the dead and specifically go after the living to spread this virus or whatever you want to call it. But there are some interesting things where this could occur, just not from a dead back to life standpoint, as in maybe a virus or a fungal infection. Interesting? Yes. Well, here we go. We're going to talk about a few actual things. These are actual things that could actually be considered a zombie-like state. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Enjoy the ride, boys and girls. Now, first off, like I said, zombie causes. Rising from the dead, not so much. Not really gonna happen. But there are several things that could cause zombie-like symptoms. Now, when you think about this, you would have to get something that would go directly to the brain to affect it. The scary part is our olfactory nerves lead directly to the brain. So yes, your sense of smell, your olfactory area right there, goes directly to the ventromedial hypothalamus. This tells you that you're full. The amygdala, I'm not pronouncing these very well, guys, so I'm going to just put up, you'll see the little words. And this, the amygdala, works with emotion and memory, and the frontal cortex. The frontal cortex deals with morality, problem solving, and inhibiting impulsive action. Inhibiting impulsive action. Sorry, I'm stuttering. So, the right virus, or the right whatever, that would specifically target these olfactory nerves could cause zombie-like symptoms. Yeah, kind of scary when you think out there. But the fact of the matter is that we don't really have anything that would do that. Or do we? First off, the most obvious, rabies. Rabies is 100% lethal. It changes your behavior, and it is transmitted through bodily fluid and can take years to become symptomatic. Sure, it would take a severe mutation in the strain for it to even come close to doing this. But the fact of the matter is that it does change your behavior. So it is within the realm of scientific plausibility that this could actually happen. Now, beings at our current level of science and medicine would probably wipe this out long before it will become a problem. But still, it could happen. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is a brain parasite. Yes, a parasite that actually gets in your brain. There are brain parasites out there. They are all over the place. But the one we're going to talk about is Toxoplasma gondii. Now, this is a brain parasite that can only reproduce in the intestines of a cat. Okay, you're thinking, okay, whatever. Well, what this brain parasite does is it works its way into a rat or a mouse, and it actually changes the rat's way of thinking. Again, we're messing with the brain here. Zombie-like state? Maybe. And it causes the rats to, instead of being scared of cats, it will actually has been seen to cause them to scurry towards cats so that the cats can eat them and the brain parasite can get into the cat and start its life cycle all over again. Yes, this actually happens. Oh, did I also mention that half the human population is infected with this brain parasite? Yep. Half the human population is actually infected with a Toxoplasmoso gondii brain parasite. Doesn't affect humans at all, but it's there. And the scary thing is, rats are not that real different from people. That is why we use rats in medical experiments. Yeah, kind of creepy there. Now next, we're going to get off topic just a little bit, and we're going to go a neurotoxin route. Yes, a neurotoxin route. Now the fun part about this is actually pretty well known. It's called basically zombie voodoo zombies. Yes, voodoo zombies or voodoo neurotoxins, which is made from fugu or a pufferfish. I'm not going to try to say the actual name of the fish, but yes, and this is an actual thing. This has been done before, where they actually have got a guy, which see the story of Clavius Narcissi. There'll be a link or words that you can, by all means, look it up. He was declared dead and buried by doctors, then found wandering around a village 18 years later. He was basically being used by a voodoo priest as a slave. And how they did that was through this neurotoxin, which basically wiped his brain. Now, he wasn't craving, eating people's brains. He was basically a slave. But yeah, totally possible. Now, how you could combine that with these other things and maybe make a, more true to life, if you want to call it that, zombie, kind of plausible. But if you want to look up more on that, look into The Serpent and the Rainbow, which is a really, really, really good book and a pretty decent movie. Well, I say pretty decent, it's actually a really good movie. And Passage of Darkness. You might want to look up those two books and watch Serpent and the Rainbow if you can. This is about this, and it's actually happened. This is documented cases. It happened. Creepy? Yes. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about, the last two, are maybe the scariest. Now, of course, you've got Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, which is basically when mad cow disease gets into people. Now, here are the symptoms of this mad cow in people disease, which I'm not going to say Creutzfeldt-Jakob all over again because I will screw it up eventually. Now, there's a changing gait, meaning you're walking how you walk. You have hallucinations, a lack of coordination, stumbling, falling, shambling, muscle twitching, and jerks and seizures, rapidly developing into delirium or dementia. Yeah, which could possibly cause you to attack people. Now, this disease is rare, and those affected aren't really going out chasing people in murderous mobs. And again, with our level of science and medicine, we would probably squash this long before it became an actual issue. but it exists. Scary. Now, the next one is, I'm not going to say the newest one, but it is possibly the most interesting, and it is a fungus. Now, funguses spread by spores, meaning you have to breathe them in. Remember what we were talking about, the olfactory nerves earlier? Yes, this would be the perfect delivery system for that. Now, this fungus is called Ophiocordyceps unilaterus, or zombie ant fungus, if you want to get fun with it. You can look up zombie ants, or just look up this link for the Wikipedia page for this particular fungus. And it's also been more popularly used in the Last of Us video game, where it became a strain that could affect humans. Basically, what this fungus does, it causes infected ants to leave their canopy, leave their nest, leave everybody they know, and head to the forest floor where the fungus is better suited to thrive. So they will go there and find a place, affix themselves to like a leaf or something on the underside, and die. And this fungus will grow out of them. So again, it's changing the way that something acts to reproduce itself. Kind of creepy. And the weirdest thing is this fungus actually grows out of the ant. There are some really cool pictures of dead ants with this fungus growing out of them. Now, yeah, this leaping from ants to people is a huge, it'd have to take a huge freaking evolution or mutation in the fungus for it to actually do this. But again, it shows it is plausible. So, that was it, boys and girls. That was my little thing on the possibility of a zombie apocalypse and how it may not occur how we think. So, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. By all means, if you've got another little thing for me to look at or want me to maybe look into, by all means, leave me a comment. Put it on my Facebook page, and I will get to it as soon as possible. All right, boys and girls, I will see you guys later, and take it easy. Bye!